Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Why was Leslie Shay killed in Chicago Fire Season 3? Lauren German's exit explained. Lauren German's Leslie Shay was killed off in Chicago Fire Season 3, and as a fan-favorite character, it surprised quite a few viewers at the time. Chicago Fire is one of the many long-running network procedurals, and a pillar of the One Chicago shared universe, currently still going strong in its 13th season. Of course, as with any lengthy network show, characters are bound to be killed off, and Chicago Fire has seen its fair share of deaths. Still, the loss of Leslie Shay was one of the most shocking deaths in Chicago Fire's history, not only because it was the first big one, but because it was so unexpected. Her death let audiences know that no character was safe, and gave the ensuing storylines more weight and gravitas. Plenty of fans have wondered why Lauren German was written out of the show when it all seemed to be going well. As it turns out, it was a tough creative decision. Leslie Shay was beloved by most fans of the show, as well as an integral figure, so when the Chicago Fire Season 2 finale found her in a terrible accident and the opening of Season 3 confirmed she had not survived, it hit audiences hard. The Chicago Fire Season 2 finale, Real Never Waits, sees Chief Bowden and Donna elope and have their wedding at the firehouse, but their happy day is disrupted when a call comes in about a fire in a 5-story building. Dawson, Shay, and the squad enter the building, when suddenly, Severide radios the team and tells them to pull back before the line goes dead. As a horrified Bowden watches, the building explodes. While Bowden tries to get his team to respond on the radio from outside, the episode and season end on a cliffhanger as no one responds. Season 3 opens with confirmation that Shay does not make it. Severide finds Dawson giving Shay CPR, and it's revealed that Shay was struck on the head by a heavy pipe as the building collapsed. Despite their desperate attempts to save her, and perhaps because of them, Shay's death is one of the most tragic in Chicago Fire. Unfortunately for Lauren German, the decision to exit Chicago Fire wasn't her own. While Chicago Fire was wildly popular heading into Season 2, it was clear that the show would have to start shaking things up. Thus, the decision to kill off Shay was made by the showrunners in order to give the sophomore show its first big death. Fans were devastated and angry about it, but the creative team behind Chicago Fire knew that it had to make a bold decision with its first major character being killed off. As EP and showrunner Matt Olmstead, via TV Line, explained. Olmstead then related how, during the first show he worked on, NYPD Blue, the death of Jimmy Smith's character Bobby Simone taught him a lesson about how one character exiting can be better for a series in the long run. What had it gave them emotionally and in terms of storytelling, and then thereafter was worth it, he explained. Sometimes you have to do that to bring more storylines into a show, and that's what we decided to do. In many ways, it was because Lauren German was so good as an actress, and her character of Lauren Shay was so loved that she was the first major character on the chopping block. At the time of her death in the show, Shay was a central pillar of Firehouse 51 and the storylines of Chicago Fire. As Olmstead said, there was truly no other character in the show by the end of Season 2 whose death would have had a more profound impact on the other characters. That's borne out in the season since. Even years after Shay's death, the other characters still talk about her. As Kelly Severide says in Season 9, Episode 2, TV junkies will recognize German for her leading role in Lucifer, which she landed shortly after leaving Chicago Fire. German starred as LAPD detective Claude Decker opposite Tom Ellis, titular ruler of Hell. Lucifer, tired of his role as Hell's overseer, vacates his throne and heads to Earth to live in Los Angeles as the hedonistic owner of the nightclub Lux. Using his skills to get people to reveal their darkest desires to him, he moonlights as a consultant for the LAPD and Detective Decker's civilian partner, and later, her love interest. When Chicago Fire fans were introduced to paramedic Leslie Shay, played by Lauren German, she quickly became one of the most beloved characters in the series. Known for her strong-willed nature, witty humor, and unflinching loyalty to her fellow firefighters and paramedics, Shay formed deep bonds with her colleagues at Firehouse 51, especially her best friend, Gabby Dawson, Monica Raymond. However, in a shocking twist during Season 3, Episode 1, titled Just Drive the Truck, Leslie Shay was tragically killed in a shooting, a decision that left fans heartbroken and searching for answers. So why did the writers and producers make the decision to kill off such a crucial character? The exit of Lauren German from the series was a moment that changed the trajectory of Chicago Fire forever. Let's explore the factors that led to Leslie Shay's death, the impact on the show, and Lauren German's own reasons for leaving. The storyline behind Shay's death. At the start of Chicago Fire Season 3, the show was evolving. The series was expanding its narrative, shifting toward exploring more complex relationships, larger character arcs, and intense emotional moments. Leslie Shay's death was not just an isolated plot device, it was a calculated choice by the show's creators to create long-lasting emotional weight. At the time, Shay was an important member of Firehouse 51. She had a lot of connections to the team and was a fan favorite, so it wasn't an easy decision for the writers to say goodbye to her. However, they understood that her death would drive forward new character development, particularly for Gabby Dawson, and open up opportunities for the rest of the cast to react to this sudden loss in powerful ways. Shay's death took place in the aftermath of a rescue mission, where a paramedic team responded to a car accident. During this operation, Shay was tragically shot. The shooting itself wasn't part of the larger action sequence, but was rather a cruel twist in the unfolding of the emergency situation, where she was hit by a stray bullet while trying to assist a victim. The tragic nature of the shooting, happening suddenly and unexpectedly, made it all the more devastating for the characters and the viewers. The nature of Shay's death was a stark reminder of the danger that first responders face every day, making it all the more impactful for both the audience and her fellow Firehouse 51 members. In the aftermath of Shay's death, the emotional impact on the cast was profound. Gabby Dawson, who was incredibly close to Shay, was left reeling. The team at Firehouse 51 had to process the trauma of losing one of their own, leading to a series of emotional moments that set the tone for the rest of the season. Gabby's heartbreak, in particular, was a driving force throughout much of Season 3, and viewers watched as her grief and sense of loss shaped her actions in both personal and professional spheres. Lauren German's exit from Chicago Fire. The decision to kill off Leslie Shay was a difficult one, and the exit of Lauren German from the show was motivated by several factors. While the show's writers and producers were highly invested in her character, the actor herself was ready to move on to other opportunities. German's exit wasn't due to any dissatisfaction with the show or the role, but rather a personal choice to pursue new challenges. At the time, she was offered a role in another major television series, Lucifer, where she played Chloe Decker, a police detective who forms a dynamic partnership with the devil, played by Tom Ellis. The opportunity to join Lucifer was one that German felt she couldn't pass up. As a talented and versatile actress, she was eager to explore different types of characters and genres. Moving to Lucifer allowed her to take on a role that was quite different from Leslie Shay, giving her a chance to stretch her acting range and delve into a new kind of dynamic. While she left Chicago Fire, German's decision to join Lucifer was met with enthusiasm, as the show became a huge success and cemented her as a major television star. Though the show's producers were sad to see German leave, they understood her decision and chose to write Shay's departure into the storyline in a way that would honor the character and her relationships with the Firehouse 51 team. While Leslie Shay's death was emotionally charged and heartbreaking, it allowed the show to move forward and evolve, with the characters left to process the loss and adjust to the changes that followed.